So you've done it. You've had a successful campaign, many sessions of great times filled with great memories that you'll remember for years to come. But there is one last hurdle. You have to have that ending session. You have to have the ending to your campaign that is going to be worthwhile remembering. And let's face it, endings are pretty freaking hard. So let's talk about how we end our campaigns right. First, we gotta end things with a bang. We gotta have that epic climactic moment of crazy, wacky weirdness that is impossible to be done anywhere else and is incomparable to any other part of the entire adventure. This could be that crazy end boss that is able to warp reality, or this could be as simple as your players conquering the kingdom. Whatever the case may be, the ending needs to be something that trumps everything else throughout the entirety of the adventure. 2, we need to tie up those loose ends. While yes, we have that epic moment of beating up the bad guy or overcoming the challenge or whatever it is, we also need to tie up those loose endings. We need to look back on the entirety of our campaign and look and see, okay, yeah, that one NPC you all love, okay, this is what happens to them. Oh yeah, that one dragon that you let go, oh yeah, that thing goes on to destroy some other towns. You have to tie up those loose endings and make sure that everything's in line. Now, this is much easier done if you have campaign notes or you record everything or whatever. But what I would strongly suggest is, before the ending of the campaign, you ask your players, hey, what loose ends do you want to see fulfilled? Because they'll clue you in on everything that you need, and more importantly, it is a great way for you to remember everything. 3, we need to reflect on everything we did to get there. How many challenges did your players have to overcome to get to that grand finale? How many people died along the way? How many successful roles and unsuccessful roles were done in the process? Think about all these things that led up to those final moments, and you'll recognize all the hard work and effort that got put into it, both by the players and as the DM. Now, something really important here is, after everything is done and you finally wave goodbye to your characters, show off what the PCs are doing afterward and describe about what's happening in the world because of their actions. It's because of the PCs that this town is now saved. Does that town become prosperous, or later on does some other monster try and take over? But also very importantly is, what are the PCs doing? Because presumably at some point they want to retire, right? Or maybe they're not retiring. Maybe they're going off to far distant lands and doing crazy things. Maybe they have a quiet contemplative life back there in town and don't do much. Maybe they start up their own adventuring guild and train up the next round of adventurers. So make sure that you give each player their time to shine, showing off what their character does later on, and also show off the effects the PCs had on the world. Presumably, they have changed the world, either for the better or for the worse. Regardless, they have changed it in some way, shape, or form. But while it is good to reflect on the amazing campaign that we had and all the fun times that we're in and the awesome ending that we had to it, it's also important that we get ready for the next adventure. Because, of course, when one chapter closes, that just means another one opens. We played these low-level adventures and they got to high level. Well, it's time to reset the clock. Time to start back down from the bottom. Maybe it's time to change up the area. Maybe it's time to change up the theme. Maybe time to change up the game system. Whatever it is, make sure that you're getting ready to go, because we just had that awesome momentum of fulfilling an awesome dream of ending a campaign. Let's start up a new campaign so we can get another satisfying ending. Endings are admittedly tough to pull off, because more often than not, I find people enjoy the journey more than the destination. But the thing is that destination is so hard to pull off, especially the longer the campaign is and the grander the campaign is. Just take a look at all the movie series and TV shows. A lot of people hate endings. Why is that? It's because they don't like saying goodbye. It's because they don't want a good thing to end. But I'm here to tell you that all good things must come to an end, because sooner or later life's going to happen. So just let things end respectfully, and more importantly, try to end it as beautifully as you can. Make sure that you have everything wrapped up. Make sure that it is an experience unlike any others, and make sure that it's an ending well worth remembering. So go ahead and tell me, have you had fun, epic endings in your tabletop role-playing games, or have none of your campaigns ever actually reached an ending? What has been your favorite ending to an awesome campaign? I would love to hear that because there are so many great campaigns out there with satisfying endings. I want to hear this stuff. So go ahead and tell me all those things, but that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. And thank you to my amazing patrons. You guys are absolutely incredible. Thank you so very much. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next one.